Wow.
Hakumbukangi kabisa. Oh my God. Oh my God. Now, oh my God. Like now I understand why I am my mother's child.
We've done a lot of CTAs, and you're probably wondering why I keep cutting. I keep cutting because this is an unfamiliar territory. It's unfamiliar territory for myself, it's unfamiliar territory for the guest, it's unfamiliar territory for the guys in the room, Wamai and Aizo, who are doing an amazing job with the camera work. This is what I tell people on CTA. I tell them, you are my first priority. Whatever you do not want to talk about, I'm not here for the audience first. I'm not here to grab udaku. I'm here to honor you first. When I put you on this seat, I am putting you on this seat to tell you, thank you so much for the contribution that you have made through your life. And therefore, if there's anything you do not want to talk about, I will make sure that it will not be added into this place. I also ask that as you come onto this seat that you give and you're vulnerable, so that those watching can take from the value of your life experience and apply it to their life. So the fact that you have allowed this all to be in its rawest form, I start by saying thank you.
You're welcome.
For myself, for the guys in the room, and for those who are watching. Thank you for the level of vulnerability, because you're finding out these things now.
Yeah.
So my question is, how is it making you feel as you're sharing and finding out as you're sharing that all of these things are happening?
It's interesting because I thought like maybe speaking about it, what I would feel is pain. But Richie, what I'm feeling now is relief. As in, what I'm feeling is, because I think I'm now remembering it the way I was supposed to remember it. But I also feel maybe it's because I am now, my brain is now ready to process. Like I'm in a safe zone where now I can process.
Without it destroying you.
Without it destroying me. So I don't feel pain, honestly. And I think that's the reason why I'm not crying. There are no tears.
I mean, even Leah.
Yeah, but what I'm feeling is relief. Like,
let me tell you, Judy, this is so powerful.
yeah.
One of the most powerful things that have happened, first of all, you've made me understand the mind. You know, we think.
Yeah.
In fact, that word, we think, you think you control this gadget.
Yeah.
Between the prime real estate between your two ears. You think you have control over it.
Yeah.
Kumbe, multi-personality, or what's it called? You get all of these are protective mechanisms that this powerful thing called the mind can have. You know, if you see a car running into you, there's an adrenaline that is kicked in and whatever.
Yeah.
So even in trauma, like I have seen it live, what has happened to you.
Yeah.
Okay. So what then, let's continue this story at your pace. What then happens as we continue with this thing? Eldoret is no, forget even Eldoret, not a Nairobi.
Imagine. So,
Abel, are you finding out this with us?
I'm sure he is. I don't think he knows this version of the story. The version he knows is the one I had told before. The one that my brain had created.
I can think, and even your daughter, first of all, I'm so happy your daughter gets to watch this.
Yeah.
Part of the reason why I love doing CT is that you have something to pass on to the next generations.
Yeah.
They get to know who you are.
Actually, Mombus doesn't know this version of her mom. She doesn't.
Yeah.
and I'll make sure she watches this CTA.
Okay. So where we are to this story is there's hospital. Your dad has been there 2 weeks. You guys have gone that bomb blast day.
Yes.
Okay, continue.
So of course we get to chill with now mom, dad. We are all there, and I think because of everything that was happening on the day, the hospital wasn't even strict on time and everything. So actually what happened, we were told to stay there. Like usitoke nje, msitoke mwende anywhere. Nyinyi kaeni hapa. You have to stay here until the situation comes down and we know. Even for your safety, mnatoka hapa hadi mfike home. So home now, the home you're talking about is dad's house in Nairobi, in Komarok.
Okay.
That's the home you're talking about. So we stay there. We stay in the hospital. And I remember we tulikaa mpaka jioni kabisa. After vitu zilikuwa zimetulia, now there's a few matatus here and there zenye zinafanya operations. But I remember on the day, it's actually a driver from KCC who came to pick us up and take us to now dad's house. And we were all able to go together, even my mom. So tulitoka sisi wote sasa tukaenda kwa nyumba ya dad. And that is how we found ourselves in Nairobi without hata nguo. Hatuna nguo kwani mama alikuwa anajua sasa ati organize nguo za watoto zikuje nini. So it's my uncle who actually went back to Kibirigwi.
Collected?
Akapack nguo za watoto akazileta Nairobi. And Richie, that is how we moved from Kibirigwi to Nairobi.
The real story.
That's the real story of how we moved. Because now my mom couldn't leave my dad alone.
Yes.
And of course, watoto wake anawacha ushago wakae na nani. Of course, there's family there, but her children need to be with her.
Yep.
And the house was big enough for sisi wote. That is how we moved from Kibirigwi to Nairobi. And also that is how we moved from Emmanuel Academy to Mwangaza Primary School. Because tulikuwa tumefunga shule second term ya class 5.
Yes.
Even though we never went back to Emmanuel Academy.
Yeah.
Third term ilitupata Mwangaza Primary School in Kayole.
So a sudden change, sudden unpredictable change causes trauma. That's what I'm in my head processing. You get especially negative. Negative, you get?
Yeah.
Okay, so in this space, even going to this new school, it's not from a perspective of joy and happiness and whatever. It is sudden change. Your mind is now beginning to...
Sudden change. Yeah.
Okay. So,
Yeah, so my dad is in the hospital for almost the entire school holiday, right? Now, school holidays is like a month and
yes,
a month and maybe a week or 2 weeks. So the entire time he's in the hospital. And just before tufungue shule, I think maybe a week after tumefungua shule, that's when he comes back home. Like after almost being in the hospital for 2 months, that's when he finally comes back home in Nairobi, right? Na sasa inakuwa ni my mother na mtoto wake sasa last born. Because now my dad became my mom's last born. Yeah. Like the one who needs the most attention, the one who needs the most help. So my small brother, who's now, my brother Kabag was born 1992. So how old is he by now? This is 98. So he's barely 6. Yeah. So actually for him now, this is when maybe school is starting vizuri, all those things. Yeah, and now we are in school. Dad is home. He's going for his physio sessions, nini. But it's just him and mom now. Some wapambani, and now it makes sense when I say the one thing I remember about our house in Nairobi was the smell of dawa. Because hiyo nakumbuka Richie, like hiyo smell ni kama naweza smell size. Hiyo nyumba ilikuwa inanuka dawa. And of course it's from dawa za dad.
Yep.
za hospitali na kila kitu. So
so you're in that school for only one term? Two?
No. I was there now this is how you see the other story my brain had
your remix
constructed.
Yes.
No, this is the true story. So we are in Mwangaza term 1, I mean the final term, third term. Na tunaingia pia class 6. But sasa class 6 tunafanya just one more term in that school. By end of term 1 of class 6
out.
Hapo ndio sasa ile story ya kurudi ushago ikakam. Because sasa there is
finances.
Yes, finances.
The
mom cannot be able to pay the rent anymore. Shule ni expensive. Remember it's a public school, but ni public school pia iko si kama ile Kibirigwi primary school. So inafika mahali as in they both realize he's not gonna go back to work anytime soon. It's time to go back to ushago. Right? But remember ile story nilikuwa nakwambia walikuwa wameanza kujenga nyumba. Hiyo story iko, hiyo ni ukweli.
Yes.
Walikuwa wameanza kujenga nyumba. Na sasa by class 6, by end of term 1 when now they are making the decision to go back to ushago, hii nyumba ya at least mama amemanage kumalizia. Si ile ati proper finishing, but at least it's livable. Tunaweza enda uko na tuishi. So end of term 1 we go back to Kibirigwi tena. Tunarudi Kibirigwi and we go back to Kibirigwi primary school. Right? So term 1 inaishanga April. Right? Si ndio watu wanaenda school holidays. So tumerudi. So term 2.
And this is 1999.
No, class 6 is 1990.
Because if it's bomb blast.
1990.
If it's bomb blast, and then bomb blast was August, and then you went.
So 1998, we are in class 5. Can you see how your mind messes with your nini? Yes, correct. 1999. So second term tunarudi sasa, tunaanzia wapi? Kibirigwi primary school. Kwa sasa tumerudi home sisi wote. Yeah? But dad's condition is not getting any better. So he's going for physio, he's doing all these things, but his condition is not getting better. Like he's not getting better. He doesn't seem like he's getting better.
I get it.
Because this time he's in and out of hospital. Like atenda hospitali, alale maybe 2-3 days. He is better, he comes back home. Anakaka tena kidogo, anarudi. Na sasa time tukiwa, when we went back to ushago, ile hosi tunaenda inaitwa Jamii Hospital in Karatina. It was actually like the private hospital, like the best hospital you could ever go to ukiwa Karatina. So hiyo ndio hosi anaenda kidogo anarudi. Anaenda kidogo anarudi. But do you remember that story? Yenye nilikuwa nasema ati nilikuwa sijui April holidays nimetoka Eldoret nimekuja nyumbani. On one of the days yenye dadi ameenda kawaida tu. Sisi sasa tuko primary hapo home, so tunamwonanga kila siku. Sisi tumeenda shule, tunarudi home jioni, dadako amerudishwa hospitali. So anaambia mamangu, ukikuja kesho hospitali naweza taka ulete watoto. Come with the kids. Walete tu. Na hiyo conversation yenye nilikwambia now when we went to see my dad, that is when I found out even like Nimo, my big sister, came with my mom. Like that was the first time nilikuwa nasikia hiyo story. We didn't know. I didn't know that story. Sisi, and that's the reason I was telling you, we never functioned like a blended family. Si tulikuwa tunajua Nimo is our big sister and that's it. So on this particular day, that's when we have that conversation, when he's telling me, take care of your siblings. Take care of your mother. But by this time, because over time, unaona situation tu yake inaenda deteriorate. So he's lying on the bed and you can see mifupa. Unajua like, ni kama mwili imeisha. Like unezona mifupa. Like his jawline is so like ni kama iko projected. Unajua vile unaweza nini unashindwa hii. Yeah, so pole and especially after that conversation unaweza tell hapa hakwendi vizuri sana. And I remember very well because it was on Saturday when we went to see him. It was not a school day. Because nakumbuka siku tuliamka tukaenda hosi tukamwona nini.
So you've not even gone to Eldoret?
No. I am yet to go to Eldoret.
Hey, this mind thing is insane.
Hatujaenda Eldoret. So hiyo siku tunaenda tunamwona and we spoke, and I remember even there's a hymn. Do you know the Golden Bells? Ile ya PCA. Mimi ni wa PCA. Hiyo ndio tulikuwa tunatumia kuimba kitambo, the Golden Bells ile ya green. Kuna hymn hapo, and I can't remember that hymn, but it's a hymn that he loved. And I remember hiyo siku alituambia tumwimbie hiyo hymn. I can't remember. I'm sure if I called my mom she would remember. Na tukaimba hiyo hymn. Na after hapo ikakuwa okay, tuko sawa, see you tomorrow. It was on a Sunday, so alikuwa anajua tutaenda kumwona hiyo Sunday. But for some reason that Sunday we didn't go, but my mom went. But as the kids we didn't go. But on Monday tukirudi home from school ndio tukapata home kumejaa watu. So nashanga kwa nini kumejaa watu, all our relatives, other aunties, uncles from both sides of the family, nini. So ndio tukapata kumbe my dad passed away that Sunday. After my mom had left the hospital, hiyo jioni, he passed away.
Saturday you were with him?
Yes.
He talked to you?
On Sunday we were meant to go see him, but we did not. So my mom went, but that usiku he passed away. So on Monday, when we went back home from school, that's when we found out. I have a feeling my mom found out, but she didn't want to tell us. Na feeling ni kama she knew, but she didn't want to tell us. So tulienda tu shule kawaida, tukirudi home June ndio tunapata watu. And that was on June 16th, the year 2000. Yes.
Okay.
So he's gone. The mazishi was...
So first and foremost, are you seeing also how 99 has sort of been blocked out of your mind?
Yes, completely. Like
1999 for you is your mind has protected you.
Yeah.
Because you've talked about the bomb blast period, you've talked about whatever, but this 1999 period...
Imeisha hapo yangu.
And I can imagine it's because your dad you're seeing him, your mind doesn't want you to remember him in that state.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
This has been a tough one to go through.
So I think all this, so then the good memories I had of Nairobi and the fridge and the cooker and the what, I think it's the few times we visited him. That is what I remember when things were good, not this other time. So
this begins a new chapter.
Completely new chapter.
Like,
now these are I feel like now this is when life began for mom and her 4 children.
Oh.
And remember, do you know by this time my mom is so young. By the time my dad was passing, oh my God, Richie.
You just realized how young she was.
Do you know when my dad passed away? My mom was my age. She was 36 years old.
Wow.
Oh my God, she was so young. With 4 children.
Okay.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Because I turned 36 in November. Richie had mentioned November 21st. Yes. So when my dad passed away, my mom was 36 years old. With 4 children. The youngest being 8 years old.
Okay.
Was he even 8 years old? Maybe 7. Hata sidhani alikuwa amefika nini. Because my brother, the last born, my brother doesn't remember his dad. He really does not.
And you can understand why.
Yeah, because he was very young. Like hakumbukangi yeye hizo.
Wow.
Hakumbukangi kabisa. Oh my God. Oh my God. Now, oh my God. Like now I understand why I am my mother's child. Because I feel like now this is, you remember when asked me how I remember my mom back in the day when we were young. And most of the stories I would tell were about my dad, the biscuits and everything. And what did I say about my mom?
That you are her.
She was like, I remember her milking the cows, going to the shamba.
Yes.
Like just her being mom. So Richie, this chapter we are about to get into. Now here ask me how I remember my mom. Because now I feel like now this is the story of my mother.
Wow.
And her 4 children.